Come on in. Where have you been? This is Neil. Say hi, Neil.
Hello, everybody.
Now, this is the incredible Sci-Fi Museum here in Allendale. It's an incredible thing. It's got a work in progress. Somebody with it's just like touching my own stomach. And this whole place, though, is your passion.
Yeah.
It's your dream.
Yeah.
And it's in the oddest place on earth to put a science fiction museum.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, interestingly, the Deborah Watling, who was Victoria in Doctor Who, her family used to stay in Allendale every year, and there's a letter that she corresponded with the lady who lives in Allendale, so there's a genuine connection.
It's a tenuous link.
It's a tenuous
link.
I'll go with it.
But the great thing about this is, every now and then a Dalek keeps insulting me for no apparent reason, and it's fantastic. If you've ever been a fan of science fiction at any level, first of all, this guy will probably know more than you, and he will blind you with science, because I've learned more about science fiction in the last couple of hours than I have my whole life. But it's not just science fiction, although look at the stuff that he's got in here. Let me just show you something that to most of you at home you'll think, what? But to Neil, and especially to me, head blown. And it's this thing here. Tell us about it. You've got here that this is Prince Baron's guard helmet from Flash Gordon, Conquers the Universe. Now that's 1940, yet the base of this was in my all-time favourite film, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Olivia de Havilland, Errol Flynn, kicking, and they added a bit of something to make it like kind of spacey.
Yeah, I think it was the classic studio system. You know, you'd have your medieval helmet box, and this was made for Robin Hood. It was then reused without the top on as in Charles Laughton's Hunchback of Notre Dame in '38.
Wow.
And then finally, obviously, because they were always trying to save the budget, they would put this top on, which looks like it looks like a lampshade off my local cinema, I always think. And it's a space helmet. And it's one of the two in this picture here, and it's a bit of sci-fi magic, absolute magic.
But every step that you go, and if you move along, we can let everybody have a look at this, from the incredible Beneath the Planet of the Apes, what a 70s absolute classic, you've got the actual outfit from the Planet of the Apes. I mean, The Outer Limits, every big sci-fi name, the movie 2010, Prometheus, for heaven's sake, Aliens, and tell us about this thing.
Yeah, well, this is a really interesting piece, because it started its life, if you like Starship Troopers and Robert Heinlein's original book, which I do and love it, this is one of the front arachnid claws, which actually killed one of the characters' vests we have in actually here.
Right.
But then it was redressed for the prequel of The Thing. Now, John Carpenter's The Thing is an amazing film, and it's a stunning film. And they made the prequel, which I actually think it gets a lot of flack, and it's actually not a bad film.
Right.
But this was basically one of the arachnid claws made by ADI, and it was redressed, and it's all sort of fiberglass, it's got an armature in, and they sort of frost damaged it because it gets burnt in the film, and they put spikes on. And it's just, to me, every time I get something like this, it never, fails to astonish me.
Super cool. My goodness. Look at these guys. That doesn't look comfortable.
No. He is a early 1900s Arctic vampire.
Right.
And,
with no teeth?
Yeah, no, because they sort of sucked you.
Oh,
Sort of sucked you. Yeah. I wasn't going to talk about that too much. But
leave that alone. Can I imagine it? But once again, in every direction, there's something. Look at this, and a creaky door. We can have a creaky door in a place like this.
Yeah.
And then you come back around to the front again.
Yeah.
This is.
I've had to make the most of the space.
No, absolutely. I see that. And I think people will come and they'll think, God, that was small, but you cannot say you haven't packed everything
There's
into it.
more things in here than there was at the Centre for Life in Town. There was a sci-fi exhibition, and they had, I think, 39 costumes. Well, there's 200 items in here, over 200.
Yeah.
And it was just that. But there, they were spread out. You sort of walked meters between things. I always just say, when you come here, you don't have to walk far between exhibits.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I've also thoroughly researched every one. Because whenever I've gone to a BBC one, often it was just like, there's a monster, there's a Jadoon, there it is, there's a picture, Jadoon, and it's called a Jadoon. Whereas what I want to know is who made it, how it was made it. I want to give some credence to the people who have spent hours making it.
Well, you see, to me, I love Doctor Who. I was one of those kids that ran home from school to watch William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee, and I've kind of got a loose order. Then you go into, well, I'm growing up, I've met girls, this is that, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you come back to it later in life, and they did scare you witless
Yeah, yeah.
back in the early days. But I wouldn't know the minutiae that you've got in here, but it's amazing. And the fact that you can say, oh, I remember that, or what was that? And then you can read all about it in each one.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are a sci-fi head to any degree, this is one of the places you got to come. Yes, they've got Daleks outside. Yeah. How many Daleks have you got? Because there's 2 of them outside.
Right, I've got 3, but the reason we've got this one here. I mean, do you want a brief?
Yeah,
Bottom
absolutely.
line is,
Come on.
the school on basically the Dalek on the other side of the wall is a new series Dalek. I made it. I've had a Doctor Who club for 25 years.
Right.
And the basic thing with that was, we made a Dalek. We watched classic era Doctor Who. We watched a beta Dalek, and I brought it here to open the museum, and we had to put a little roof over the top.
I remember it. It was a wooden thing.
Yeah, and it was made by an artisan craftsman up the road. It was a lovely. To be honest, the council walked past and missed it on their first swipe because they didn't even spot it. But the thing was, it had MDF in, and you can't leave MDF out. So we then got the full wrath of the council, because this is a listed building. I did point out that Blandford House, the Discovery Museum, has a Challenger 2 tank from 1970s, which has nothing to do with the Discovery building, its original purpose.
Absolutely.
So I pointed that
it was
out.
the co-op.
Yeah, right.
Getting wet, can I just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that. It was basically.
I'll stay out.
So I was pointing that out, that because that was one of the arguments they said. This had nothing to do with the building. I said, well, yes, it's nothing to do with farriers, is it, and horses?
Sure.
But at the same time, these buildings, the history of these buildings, the ground floor was a business. If you look at Alston buildings, the Georgian houses, they were always a business. And all we're doing for the 21st century, we've created a little business that's relevant today, and will bring people in. And there was, right, to be fair, because there's been a lot of mudslinging, there was a lot of the council were on our side, and were just like, what? This is lovely,
Yeah.
And but basically,
What's not to like about a Dalek?
well,
I mean,
the thing
just really.
the number of people. Right, I had a small kip this afternoon up there, and the nicest thing is I hear people coming past, and I hear children going, "Oh, what's that?" And I could hear the excitedness, and it's just lovely. There's just it's harmless, and it doesn't affect this building. I even had English Heritage came and said, because I've done all the stonework, and they even said you've done an amazing job restoring what was an eyesore. It was an eyesore in the village. This place. It was.
Yeah, because this was full of
flooded.
water.
Yeah, full of water. The wall. It was a button. There was patches of the
How
ceiling.
long did it take you before you got to open this thing?
It was about 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Yeah,
Five.
yeah.
This is all down to passion again. and
Yeah,
heart.
it was passion,
And
yeah.
the reason that I love this place is because it's from. If 5 people in a year who have the same passion as you do about the subject come here and get blown away, it's worth it.
Yeah, I had a little letter from a little lad today who'd come last week, and he'd written from Surrey, and he loves classic Doctor Who, and I can't remember what he said, but he'd drawn a Silurian on the envelope beautifully with coloured paper, and it was just like, wow, it's worth it. Do you know what I mean? It's worth it. If you've brought happiness to people, that's what it's about.
And I know you're an art teacher.
Yeah.
Tell us about all things ghostly, because apparently on your top floor, because this house is haunted.
Yeah.
This we don't know whether the museum is. We're going to find out tonight. But you've given us free range in your house, which is a beautiful house. What's the story of the death? There was a death in there, and other people have experienced stuff on your top floor.
Well, I'll take you first of all. My experience. I worked in here in the vault. I was working in there angle grinding till midnight. Right after work. I did hear voices in here. And what was more interesting was I went to see a medium.
Right.
My parents had died years ago, so I was quite interested
Sure.
to see, what if I could hear from my parents, really. But they said, this medium had said, where you're living now, there's a lady, and she said, you're doing a lot of work, aren't you? You're working, and she's really pleased with what you're doing. Now, it was interesting because this house, for many years, had become neglected.
Right.
Badly neglected.
Sure.
And one of the pre-owners had ended up dying in the next door basically this was a pub next door.
Right.
And obviously they'd gone back and forth between. I mean, really, you could almost join them. I mean, apparently the vaulted room, which has got all the marble things in, that was connected to the vault continues in the next door house and goes right through under the pub. And there was children in the village could remember running right the way through.
Right.
But I had heard voices in that vault.
Right.
But you've got to always think it's the middle of the night. You're in a vault by yourself.
Sure.
But I'm not. I'm quite. I'm not, you know, a scientist, you know, brought up in science. Yeah,
But
it's
somebody
interesting.
died here though as well.
Yes, yeah. That was the guy who'd owned it, and he basically did die in the room, literally like diagonally there. And that was probably about 10, 12 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Who got the ghostly experience on the top?
that was they were.
We've only got a minute left, so.
Yeah, that was a family who basically had lived here years ago in sort of like, 70s. They hated going on that top floor. Hated it.
Because there was something going
Yeah.
on. Well, we're going to have a look. Neil,
Yeah,
first of all, bless you. Switch all your lights off.
Yeah, we'll
This
do.
is now belongs to us for the next hour or so.
No worries.
Then we're going to hunting for trolls and all kinds of... Hey, it's going to be a great night. Hi everybody, welcome to you. As you know, Kenny and I, on the case, we are here at the Museum of Classic Sci-Fi, and we're in Allendale, which is a decent trek from Hexham, surprisingly.
It is, yeah.
We're quite far out there. Amazing Daleks. With our extras for our supporters, we've got into great detail with an awful lot of the things that we're going to see. However, what's the story? And let's get in, out of the rain. Now, provided the rain keeps off, and it's not keeping off at the moment,
No.
Kenny comes in as well. We are a threesome as always. Kenny's here. We also have, behind the camera, of course, Hollywood McShane. That's not happening. But going to leave the door where it is for the moment. Why are we here? We were told that there have been a few deaths here. There have been ghostly experiences happening in the house. Within the next half hour or so, we're going to go up there and check out that property to see if there's anything at all. After that, we're heading down to a place that's supposed to be the home of the trolls. And yes, there were small people who were said to live in this neck of the woods. More importantly, there's a whole host of stories about the Border Reivers, bloody, gory, unpleasant tales, and we're going to be right where they were executed, which is amazing. So, we're in search of the troll of the bridge. We haven't found the troll yet.
Not yet, but we will.
But we aim to do that.
Yeah.
We're just hoping the weather improves just a tad. If it does, we'll be down there within the hour. However, first things first, when Neil, who runs this emporium with his wife Lisa, being dragged along screaming behind him, when he was working down here, he heard things, he felt things, he heard whispers and voices of small children. So what will we get when we're down here? Will we get anything? We certainly hope so. It's quite a small museum as well, but it's got an awful lot packed into it.
Like a TARDIS.
Like the TARDIS that's standing outside. Yeah. We hope to show you that. However, this guy is so keen on Doctor Who, he's got another TARDIS inside. But for now, let's see if we can actually pale inside. And you know, it's one thing coming on when all the lights are flashing and you've got Doctor Who noises and what have you. It's a whole other thing with the green lights of... I'm not even sure we're going to need a torch for this.
No.
But first of all, let's have a walk around to check out our area, and then we'll see if we can pick anything up while we're down here.
That was the door. Please tell me that door wouldn't shut before.
That door wouldn't shut.
It still hasn't shut, look.
No, hang on. That's ridiculous, because we heard that loud and clear. It was the front door. I hope you got that. Please tell us that you caught that. Right, let's keep going.
What a start.
That is a great start. We know that this is a small space, jam-packed full of incredible things that you guys can see on your way around. I don't know how much you can see. The one thing I will say, do you remember that thing that we did when we were in one of the pubs with the reflection?
Yeah.
We may be able to do something
Like that, yeah.
like that here. We'll try that a little bit later on. Gets a lot darker through here. Just if you are a science fiction fan, and I know many of you are, this is an absolute must of a place to come to. Whoa, we'll go through there later, and we're going to come around there. I remember when I was working on TV, I had a TV series with TNTs, and at the end of the year there was a quiz where they put various celebrities on teams, and Fraser Hines was the host, and I was on one of the teams with Denise Welsh, and Fraser Hines took a real dislike to me because they asked a question, and it was about the answer was déjà vu. You know, what do you call that feeling when you feel like you've been to a place before? Well, they asked the question, and 2 people answered it at once, and they said, "Oh, that's not acceptable. We only want 1 person." So when Fraser Hines came and asked the question, he went, "What do you call the?" And I went, "Déjà vu." And I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
He didn't think it was funny at all. And he asked me it 3 or 4 times, and afterwards he came up and says, "Why did you try and make me look stupid like that?" And I didn't try and make him look stupid. I just thought it was funny anyway. I know. And saying that was, you know, I was the some people. I should have played the game. Mind you, if you just stop for a second. Did you hear that?
I heard that. What was that?
I know. I said, everybody just stop. Everybody stopped, and there was still.
Was it from above?
Yes.
There's no one in the house.
So what the hell was that then? It was from above. Oh.
And again.
It's solid stone, isn't it? You cannot make that happen from upstairs.
No, it's stone.
Nah, that's. I'm just going to tap on it with my ring. What was that? If you bounce, it doesn't make that noise.
No.
I don't know whether you can get through here, Tony, without us.
I've just put a router there, so hopefully it'll work.
Just look down there. There's 1,000 images, and I bet we get on reflection. Anybody that picks something up, if you see something, it's amazing. Look at that. Did you hear that boom upstairs again? Boom.
Where's that coming from?
Upstairs. Boom. I'm hearing little.
Little footsteppy kind of noises.
Now, Neil said that around this place, this corridor used to run right the way along, and young children used to run the entire length from here through to, there's like a pub or something next door. They used to run through the pub, and while he was working on cleaning up the brickworks and putting in all of these amazing display cabinets, he would hear whispering and children's voices, but he never mentioned that you could clearly hear stuff from upstairs. Do you get that as well?
Oh, well, none of us are moving here. None of us are moving.
If there's anybody there, whisper to us, talk to us. Talk to us. Speak to us, we're here for you. Talk to us. Are you hearing that? It's from the house upstairs.
It is from upstairs, from here.
I'm getting it still. There.
Like a rumble.
There was a rumble there, no?
There's an old staircase behind that creature.
Whoa. And when you see the eyes on this sucker as well,
Yeah.
you've got to be careful, there's the odd cobweb as well. One brushed my face before, and at first I thought, oh, no, I haven't. Now, that's part one of the museum.
Share.
Yeah. Oh, you bugs. Ow. Please, please share if you possibly can. If you do, you'll get a goodie bag that can have a mixture of all kinds of stuff in it. And it will also definitely have one of our near legendary night owl badges. So if you want that, share with as many people as you can for two reasons. One, we want to grow our audience. Two, we want to grow our supporters. Oh, third reason, we want more people to come to this incredible sci-fi museum. Now, you think, well, it's only tiny and it's only in a basement. Yes, it is, but he's used every inch of space. Now, who else used every inch of space? It was, of course, the man who had the TARDIS. And did you hear that behind you, Tony?
Was that behind Tony?
It was behind.
Was it behind that?
It was behind you.
I thought it was down here.
Did you thought it was down there?
I thought it was down this way.
I didn't. Maybe it was down that way.
I thought it was down there.
Well, that's the door.
That's the door.
Cheaper. Come on.
Don't do that.
Right, and then you come into this place, which is this is just heaven for anybody that likes Doctor Who. This is all Doctor Who from this point on, all the way through. Now, to me, a Silurian neck and foot.
Yeah.
This is something that Neil salivates at the mouth to, and I don't. But when you see it all together, and you see the people wearing the outfit,
Just the door. Sorry.
let's get in then. We got Cybermen over here. How good is that? That's just the door.
The door,
So
very slow.
the door's done. Let's see what other noises we can collect here. Now the interesting thing is when we move, there's nothing,
No.
no noises generated. Now outside, I was hearing stuff all the time directly above. Now I'm guessing this is narrower because it's wood and it's not rock. So I would think this is probably more directly to the household. So arguably we should be hearing
Yeah.
more
You should be.
if there's stuff happening in the house. So how come we were getting it
Weird. Isn't
through
it?
the stone?
That's probably because it's an older part.
I don't know. You're getting a
Yeah.
smell of something.
Yeah, weird. It's a weird smell.
It's kind of almost tobacco-y.
Yeah. Like a cigar.
Yeah,
A cigar-y?
definitely tobacco. I was thinking even rollies.
Yeah, possibly.
But you can't have anything lit down here. Listen. Do you hear that?
What is that?
That was footsteps.
How can there be?
We know there's nobody there
No,
because
there's no one there.
we've just come out of it.
Where'd that come from?
I thought it was up there.
It's on. I thought it was behind you.
Dear me, it's really...
It's.
You don't know where these noises are coming from.
That's ridiculous. Kelly's hands are out. My hands are out.
I'm not moving.
Well, your thing is, there is distance to go because this is U-shaped, I think. So let's move a little bit further in, and then we'll position ourselves in different areas
Right.
and see what we get. And if we make you up and make me up, and then Tony, you can cut between the two of us. Is that all right?
I can't. It can't cut the mic. There's only one feed.
No, what I mean is if Kenny's in one area and I'm in the other, we're close enough to be able to talk to each other. Does that make sense?
No, but
No, what I'm saying is if Kenny's got a mic and he's at this end, and I've got a mic at the other end, we're close enough to hear one another.
right. Okay.
I mean, yeah, that,
I think I get you.
right. Yeah.
We can hear everything else upstairs or whatever's happening. It's
Absolutely.
weird.
It's just, I think being alone in here is going to be a different experience
Oh, yeah.
altogether.
Looking at these faces and stuff, and yeah. I mean, look at that. Oh,
It's
my
amazing.
God. Ugh,
Did you hear that?
I didn't. I missed that one. What was it? There's noises.
I don't know whether, did you catch that, Tony?
No.
Just a really gentle tapping. Hang on, we do our trick. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that. Missed it.
Really super, super quiet. Nothing.
There's a footstep there.
There. Come on, talk to us. Ooh,
Is that along there?
it's another footstep, but it's not down here. Come on, let's see what's down here. Some of them are, oh,
And again.
yeah. Some of them were, you've got to be careful because there is a little bit of wood noise down here. Yeah, I thought it was just a U shape. There's a bit more to it than that, actually.
It's a Dalek.
That's amazing, I know. You want to try on the costumes, don't you?
Oh, amazing.
There's outfits here worn by people in Doctor Who. I mean, how cool is that? You would suit being dressed as a Dalek, because we wouldn't be able to see you. Look at that. Animals like snake skin.
Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
I like that colour Dalek. One with black.
It's beautiful. Did you hear that?
Yeah, there's noises all the time in here. Do you know what it's like? If
But is it above or is it down here?
It's a bit of both, I think.
It sounds like it's above.
Some of it's above, but there's some in here.
There's no one in.
It's like these.
Nobody alive.
It's like these exhibits. Oh, there's something there, isn't there? As if they're like,
Watching.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Footsteps again. Did you
all
hear
the
that?
time.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that there? What was that? I heard like a. That can't be. It was like a.
Vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like a.
I thought it was a bit more than that. I thought it was like kind of like a,
Yeah, I didn't think you'd heard that there, and I'm thinking, is it just me? That was definitely there.
when you guys watch this back,
Your hairs are going up on the back of my neck now.
just make sure when people watch this back, oh, there's a bang. When people watch this back, try and see if you can catch that bit of noise.
What was that? That was a knocking here. That was a knocking in here.
Hang on. It was 3 knocks though, wasn't
There
it?
was a knocking here. Did he say there was, didn't he say there was anything in here? Because there is.
He said that when he was working down here that he could hear sometimes little children and footsteps running, kids
There was
running around. But I'm hearing it from
up there.
Now, that's what, mind you, it could
It's
be.
hard to get where it's
It's
coming.
because everything's so close together. I think the thing that we're going to have to do is for a few minutes, I'm going to leave you probably here. I'll go and sit in the other bit,
Right. Okay.
and let's just see what we get. And
Right.
at some point, I'll put on the necromancer, and we'll also try the various other tools. We've got the portal to try. We've got ghost radar,
I'll
a
get
whole
the
host
night
of
vision.
things. Get the night vision out. That'd be great. Give me that then, because we'll probably not need it. I hope we don't need it. Be careful stumbling around in the dark though, with
I will.
the night vision. So, Tony, can we make Kenny up, if that's possible? There's the night vision. Do you want to just leave that on reception?
Yeah.
Because reception is, I think, just around the corner.
Okay.
Leave that. I'll take that away. Did you hear that?
That was a big bang.
It's a huge bang. And that was down here.
That was 100%.
That was behind Tony.
That was 100% down here.
It's just me
Just you.
Right, and I'm going to leave that on the reception desk.
Can you kind of just move past it? No, yeah. Put this on, yeah.
Do you want me to?
That's
Cool.
fine, I'll just clip this
You sure? All right.
in there.
Kenny's clipped. So, what I'm going to do is, Kenny, can you go to where the noise came from just before?
Just along here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll put you down there.
Right.
See, right at the end where,
Just here.
yeah, just in that corner.
Okay.
And I'll be level with you
Right.
through the other side.
Okay.
Best way to deal with this is to,
It's a whole lot different.
it's a different world when the lights
Oh,
are
it's
out.
pitch black and you can't see a thing.
So you can move
I'm
between the
looking
two,
through the
Tony. And all I'm going to do is sit. Sit. And I know that door is crazy, but I'm going to go through this other. Everywhere you go, there's like an image. Do you know what I mean? A jaw, a new.
You're both talking off each other though, the feed. So we have to take the mic off because I can hear him talking in there, and it's muffled.
Here, you take mine, and go and watch Kenny, and then you can come and
He's
watch
got the
me.
night vision. He's just put the night vision on.
Well, we need his mic then, don't we? Right. Oh, because Kenny's talking on the night vision camera. Silly boy.
I don't know why we're trying to give him the mic. It doesn't work when you've
No.
got a mic on.
Ah, dear, silly boy. All right. Sorry, Kenny, I need your mic, man.
Right.
It's just you're over talking me because you can't hear me because you're using the night vision camera.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Got it? No. It's a plot. Gotcha. Sorry about that. Silly boy. I thought I knew what I was doing there, but I apparently didn't. So forgive me for that. Let's get in. Just everywhere you go, there's a creepy face. It's this one that gets me every time. Oh, jeepers. That was me. Right. Let's get into the darker area. This is as far in as you can get. So I'm going to... So I am going to sit in a corner. Switch the light off. See if we can get anything. I'm tempted to just sit. See what we get. Bit of a noise there. I think I can hear Tony coming along the corridor. Did you hear that, Tony?
It might be my footsteps. I'm just walking slowly back.
I can hear your footsteps.
Yeah, that was me. Maybe the necromancer would be good in here.
Absolutely. Got it. Ready. See if there's anything wanting to talk with us. Is there anyone here? Now, little Matilda, who lives here, not just here but there, says that she hears things. So we're going to see if Matilda's right, because she's very special. I'm hearing whispering as well. Right, let's see if there's anything there. We're here with respect, and we want to to hear from you, whoever you are. Whoa! Speak to me. No. Okay. We're here for you. Talk to me. Did you live in this house? Oh, there's a small child there. Talk to him. Talk to him. Were you a child here? Is that you, Tony?
No, it could have been Kenny along the other end though.
Right. Speak to me. No.
This is Necromonger on here.
Is that right?
Necromonger Captain.
And we're necromancing here. I'm sure I hear footsteps upstairs. Hang on. Wait. If you won't talk to me, I'll stop you having the opportunity.
There's a staircase.
That's you, Tony. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if we can locate something with the energy radar. See what we get. See if we can locate a direction. That's Tony. We're going into red. Going into red light. Was that you walking, Tony?
No, I thought that was a band was coming from your end.
I heard that as well, mate.
That was really loud.
Yeah, I heard the bang.
Kenny heard it too. Oh, noises all around me now. Tony, come round here. I've just had an absolute feeling of something being round me. When it was dark, are you picking anything up?
I'm not. Well, I'm just looking on the screen, but I can't see anything.
I'm getting stuff above me and around me.
I'm just trying to lay the camera still a bit.
It's really super cold here too. Make a noise then. Did you hear it? Hang on. Listen. Did you hear?
It's up. There's definitely upstairs. And it's brick.
Well, how are we hearing it? I'm just getting... Did you hear that?
Yeah, could be Kenny, because he's in the other part.
Did you hear it, Kenny?
Yeah, do you know what it sounded like?
What's that?
It sounded like a bone snapping.
Sounded like a bone
I
snapping.
don't know how that can be, but it did.
Right, let's see if I can find out if there's any energy kicking around. Use the ghost radar and I will point in the direction where it, if it detects anything. Presence detected. What kind of energy are you? Now the way the ghost radar works, there's a million words. Oh, what direction is the spirit? It's pointing there. And it's a scared spirit, it claims. And out of all the words it could choose, the words that are illuminating, the conversation is tedious. Who speaks like them? The conversation is tedious. Well, talk to me. I'm going to put the necromancer back on for you. You say it's tedious. Well, you do the talking. Talk to me. I can hear you. I can hear you. I keep saying, talk to me. Talk to me. I am staying. Sorry. You don't have to feel sorry. What the hell? Just talk to me. Did you die here? Did you die here? Tell me. Are you down here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you the children that played here? Yes. Hiding, it changed to said hiding.
Oh, I can hear the child.
Can you hear the child?
Yeah, coming through, loud and clear.
What's your name?
What was that?
What's that? Now, I just want to talk to the child. How cool would it be if she was called Matilda? My goodness. What's your name? What's your name, little one? Give us a break. You hear the man say, give us a break? A man's just said, give us a break, and I'm hearing a small child. Broken bone. Can you make it out? Can you see my face there at all?
Yeah, I see now when you lean in.
There's a blackness around me. of blackness around me that I'm uncomfortable about. I felt it before. Do you want us to be here? Are you glad that we're here? It's all right. Are you sure? Who is the man who doesn't want us here? Yeah, the children. Just sometimes the better you can, if you leave it and you're just quiet. Listen to that. Come on, last chance. Listen. What the? Come on, speak to me. Come on. In fact, I think I'm going to try something that we haven't used in the longest time. See if there's anything in the portal. So many ways to try and find out if there's anything here. All this does is sweep the sound waves. Listen. Hello? Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to talk to the children. Just heard a noise right next to it. About 2 yards away. I'm hearing you.
Kenny.
Quick walk through here. Yep. Do a quick walk through.
Aye. We've got all kinds of noises around here, mate.
And over there as well.
Are you getting anything?
Like I say, it sounded like a bone
Breaking.
broken. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what it sounded like. And yeah, there's footsteps, there's noises, there's creaking, there's all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to quick walk through here. Anyway.
Okay, man.
Just there.
I'll go back to where you were.
Right.
So we're swapping destinations. going to plant myself here at the edge. Let's... They're sweeping for anything. What did you say, Kenny?
Can you not hear creaking above?
Yes, all the time I was in there I was hearing noises.
Creaking from above, but not here, and this is not brick.
I know, but next door it's...
I know, it's weird. Very, very strange.
You're not moving. I hope that's Kenny. Are you moving, Kenny?
Stand still.
He's standing still, we're getting noise, but it's coming from over there.
Yeah, and again. Twice there. Again.
What is here? Do you know, I think we should head upstairs, Tony.
Yeah, I was just about to say, maybe upstairs.
We've done enough down here. We're getting noises, we're getting the same kind of thing over and over again. I just think maybe, oh, that was me, I think. Kenny,
Yeah.
let's head upstairs. Everything's happening up there. Grab that.
Keep this on.
That's your, and let's go upstairs.
Do we need this?
And how
I'm
can
going to have to come back down for it.
you need to stop for a second.
Well, I'll bring this upstairs, and then I'll have to come back down.
Okay.
Is it raining?
No.
Oh, well, I can show the...
Let's do it outside. Kenny, can you hold the...
Yeah, go on, what do you need?
Just I've got time to tell a very brief story while Tony moves some stuff around.
Yeah.
Oh, it is raining. Let's take it in.
Oh, right. We'll just do it in. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. And this is directly above the museum. Because this is somebody's house, we've got to be respectful, so don't let the dog out. Woof, woof, woof. Right, this is where we are based, in this area here. So, beautiful little room. What I was thinking of doing was just sitting down, and Kenny, if you could,
I'll just.
do you want to set it up?
On here.
And I'll just sit down here.
I'm just
briefly.
gonna get my modems in the right place.
Absolutely, you go do that. It's only, oh, it's 10 to already, I can't believe it. Now, yeah, just grab a seat, Kenny, you can sit down there, that's fine. The, downstairs, we were hearing people walking
Noises,
around in
yeah.
here.
Definitely.
Now, Tony's gone down to take out some modems, to put them in the various rooms to make sure that we don't drop out, and we got a better chance of everything working out so you can hear and see. Downstairs had a particular feel.
Yeah.
I think.
What was that? What was that? Did you hear that?
Major, and it was here. It was like something sweeping past us. What was that?
That was a voice.
I got a voice in there, but did you feel that sweep thing?
Like, yeah. And then a voice. I was red hot down there as well for some reason. I was absolutely.
Well, I was sitting in the corner at the bottom, and I was really
and now
cold.
I'm freezing in here.
It's cold in here.
It's really cold.
Now, we talk a bit about reavers. We're going to go down to the river where reavers were drowned rather than hanged because rope costed money and they had too many people to kill. So the reavers and the stories of reavers in this part of the world, phenomenal. Did you hear that?
There's noises all the time. Yeah.
Go and walk with a camera on this floor, because there's rooms there, there's a kitchen, and there's a backyard with a secret cellar underneath it.
Okay.
You can't get into it.
Right.
You can't get into it, but set your camera up and see what you can get.
Right.
Can I borrow your torch?
Can I borrow your torch? Yeah,
Just haven't see upstairs.
go for it. We've just had a ghost experience that I think everybody at home will have got,
Wow.
which is super cool.
Yeah. There's lots of wires around here.
And try and be quiet and don't damage anything. Because when you're in people's homes, you've got to be super, super careful. Now, we're talking about reavers and things that happened on this very site. If you go back long enough, the Romans were here, and this whole area that is now Allendale was an initial Roman settlement, and it wasn't just the fact that the Romans were here, because obviously there's forts and we're not far from the Roman wall. You don't know what footsteps are theirs, but before anybody came in we were getting them. Absolutely freezing over here. Just to my left, absolutely freezing. Maybe, if it is a child spirit, maybe Gwendolyn will attract something. What's happened to her eyes? She's lost her eyes. Gwendolyn, what the hell? That's even creepier. Anyway, you know that doll doesn't do it for me, but so this whole place built on lead mines, and the Romans had locals under the cosh digging lead out of here. Now, what I have researched is interesting. It says that if you are a coal miner and you start digging coal at 18, you'll probably be dead by 45 of the black spit, 27 years. However, if you're a lead miner and you start at age 18, you'd more normally be dead by the age of 27, which is 9 years. So how would people die around here? Well, they would die in a whole range of ways. We're hearing that one of the ways was brain hemorrhages, a constipation, and an inability to wee, where your bladder bursts. Lead does a lot of very unpleasant and nasty things. Right, shall we?
We're set up.
Gwendolyn's lost her eyes.
Lost her eyes.
Lost her eyes.
What? Are they in the back of her head, or? I mean, they were in last time we. Oh no, poor thing.
Yeah, they're rolling around in there. Oh, that's
It's
just...
even more haunted then.
Well, there might be a way of getting in, and I don't know what it would be. Oh, she is super spooky.
Bless her. If anything worse, if anything else could have happened to her, her eyes have gone. Sound like she whined there.
Well, I'm hearing, we heard a voice, and we both, while we were standing, felt this gush of air around us, and it's bitter cold in this corner. Let's get the supernatural Ted, and we might as well use your...
Make them a bit more comfortable.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, she doesn't look well, mind. Gwendolyn at the minute.
If you're wondering who Gwendolyn is, she's 127 years old. She's now part of the team.
And she's just lost sight in both eyes. So, did you move the torch? Let's keep it together.
There you go.
Now, you've got enough light there for me. Let's leave you two together. Fingers crossed, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, Gwendolyn. Right, let us head off and see what we will see. Now, I've just shut the door. You heard me shut the door.
We just saw you shut the door.
Sorry?
We just saw you shut the door, haven't we?
You hearing that? No, it's opening. Might be just what the door does. Now this is through to a happy, jolly parents, small children.
If it's open for the router.
All right. But for small children, this is a house full of love. Very special parents. Lisa's lovely. Neil. And this is beautiful. The best mums have sticky floors, dirty ovens and happy kids. And I believe that to be true. And yet, in a place like this, I'm feeling this is all right. I'm feeling this is clear. But we're told that if you come through here, which is like their kitchen dining room thing, and you probably noticed they're mad collectors of everything. Just got a noise there. Looks like Matilda and Buzz are doing very well. But it's through here. There's a strange anomaly. Now, when they found this originally, this is an underground tunnel, and they found some old paints there from the 1950s or 60s. You know, the kind of old-fashioned painting set that you used to get? Children. Again, we kept hearing about children, and we've heard children's voices. And it may well be that this originally could have been, even way out here, an old air raid shelter. So you step out of here, and you're into the yard. You've got to be careful because there's...
I'll just move the router so we can get that far out.
Okay.
1 second.
Hang on in there. Yeah, just leave it there. Oh,
Yeah, if
you
go
got
back, your head's cut off.
that's all right.
That's better.
I look more attractive with my head cut off. We haven't got long. We've got to go up to the very, very top floor. The very top floor is the most active. It's where the stuff is. Is that you, Tony? Yeah. Ah, right. Just got to question everything. Sometimes... Hi, Kenny. Did you get anything?
There's like loads of noises.
Are you picking anything up on the camera?
I haven't seen any orbs yet, unusually.
Right, well hang on, let's go out together. Because this is where that children's area was, and the buried, the hole. I know, but this is, we outside here, mind. Watch your step. I say it, 2 steps. 2 steps up. Be careful, don't tip anything over. Now they've got a few stars on the wall. Watch the table, it's right in front of you. You come around here. This is like a, you see the old walls? Jeebus. Now don't come any further, because I have. And Tony, if you could, oh, hang on, washing line. Make way for Tony.
I'm not sure how far I'm going to get.
Well, it's down here. Look down there. Kenny, you might be able to get the camera inside.
Yeah, I'm freezing, so I can't come much.
All right, go back then. Step over.
Oh, where am I stepping?
To me.
You'll be able to see that on the
further
night
than
vision.
that. Right. Down there. They've blocked it up with stones to stop the dog getting in, but get down as low as you can. Because that's a... Are you seeing it now?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. So whether or not there's some story attached to down that hole, because that goes to a room that's like a little cellar directly under here. Now you could imagine if it was an air raid shelter back in the day, but why would they have one so far away from civilization as Allendale? That's the thing. So, Kenny, would you be able to find your way back without killing yourself here?
I hope so.
Are you sure? Without the torch? Step over the...
I'll step over here.
If he goes missing, we'll know he's down the hole.
He's through, right.
Right, yeah.
Because we're going to head upstairs now. Oh, you do. Now, Tony, step this way. We're going to go to the heartland of it all, to the place where the spirit's been witnessed, where it's, I think, personally, that this is a beautiful, warm, habitable, happy family space. I'm getting nothing. And yet downstairs we were hearing noises from this building. We've got to go and find out what they are. So, I think it's probably as good as time for us to cut for our supporters. Now, two things that's going to happen. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to do top to tail next. And then we're heading down in the valley.
Maybe, if the rain stops.
If the rain stops, we're going down there. If it doesn't stop, we're coming back here. Because we've got to find the Bridge of the Trolls and a whole host of other things. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, see what the weather's like in 10 to 15 minutes. But for now, we're going up where the spirit was heard. We are already in the area here where the man's tragic body was found, which is an awful thing. And yet I'm feeling nothing but kindness and warmth. However, upstairs is a very, very different story. How do people join us? Because share. Make sure you share this with everyone. How do you join the supporters so you can see the rest?
Yeah, if you're on Facebook, just become a supporter and the feed will start in about 5 minutes. And if you're on YouTube, just join and it'll be there before tomorrow morning. So you'll catch up.
Just heard a noise as well.
You'll get all the night vision as well.
You get all the extra bits. We've already recorded a few more bits. We've got more, certainly a lot more to do. Stay with us, if you will. Become our supporter week by week. We'll keep bringing you to amazing places like this. Join us when we go where spirit lives next.